welcome to the Phil Coley Podcast. Every Wednesday coming to you live, giving you lots of tips and ideas in the world of sales. Those of you been saying to me recently, Phil, we haven't seen you in that really nice waistcoat and combination you wear that's all across your brand. So I was like, okay, I'll put it on today, and I have, which is my very nice waistcoat, just slightly trimmed, and again goes with this lovely shirt on a great combination. And really proud to be wearing this particular waistcoat because my daughter bought it for me on my 50th birthday. So my eldest daughter Imogen bought it for me, so thank you, Imi. Always a pleasure to wear it, and it's great to be wearing it today. So on the podcast today, I'm going to be talking to you about discounts, and again a real subject that I get really passionate about is discounts and discounting. So when we look at discounts, we can look at where B2C, B2B, transactional, online, e-commerce, wherever. People look for a discount. But what I say to people is when you go shopping in the supermarket, be it Tesco's, be it Carrefour, be it Walmart, wherever you happen to be in the world and you go shopping in that supermarket, we're not always led by discounts, but we will occasionally respond to a discount. And when particularly we get to the checkout, we don't ask for a discount when we get to the checkout. And I try to teach people that particular thing is when you go into a shop, wherever you go, you don't necessarily ask for a discount. Particularly if you're in a supermarket, you do not ask for a discount. So why should people ask for a discount in sales? And equally, if somebody does, how should you respond? And that's the question that I wanted to ask today is, how do you respond when somebody asks for a discount? The way I look at discounts and the way that works for me, I very rarely give discounts. I might give somebody added benefit, so I might give them something on top instead of a discount, but I very rarely give a discount per se. Now I might give a lower price for a commitment of time, but I will never give a discount on a one-off, ever, period. And the reason I do that is why? The price I set it at is the price that it is. And I will have done my maths to figure out that that means it is the correct business decision for us. If somebody can't afford that, then that's fair enough. We can't afford everything that we want. But those that really want something and can afford it will pay at that price. And it's really important that you understand that. And actually I heard a talk recently, and I never stopped learning myself as well, that actually if people don't go, when you say the price, you're not pricing high enough. And actually that made me smile, and I was like, do you know what, Alex, you got it right. That's a really good point. And so when I was looking at that, I was like, do you know what, that is true. But equally for me, I just don't offer discounts. And I say to people, don't offer discounts. You can start to, and again, it's not completely don't offer discounts, but very much for me though is think about discounts when they come into play. But I would say 90% of the time, why do you discount? You shouldn't discount. You should have your price set at the right figure for you and the right figure for the customer, as in the customer you want to buy from you. Not everybody's going to buy from you, and you need to get out of that mindset. It is good to lose sales on price sometimes, because you've priced your product accordingly to the market and what it costs for you to do something. Doesn't matter, goods, products or services, it doesn't matter. It is the price. Now, yes, we're dictated through competitors, of course we are, but it's not all about that. And it's about you standing up for, no, we don't discount. And within that, some people will just automatically ask for a discount, just see how you react. And if you go, oh, I'll give you 10% off, they're like, well, that was easy. They might ask for another 10% off. So you go down a route that you're not in control of. So when people ask for discounts, you go, no, we don't discount. And you can then turn it the other way around and go, is a discount important to you? And if they say yes, say, why is that? And then they'll go, well, we need to see if it works. We need to do this, we need to do that. And then that takes you into a completely different level of your objection handling. But it's a good thing to say is a discount important to you? And then understand why that discount is important. If they say it's too expensive, then we can also look at objections to come back round the other way. I understand that. Most people say that, but when they see the benefits, they can actually see how well priced it is. They're like, oh, okay. Now, I'm not getting into objection handling today, but we are looking at discounts and why you would and why you wouldn't. So for me, particularly if you're selling a solution, but more so if you're selling a service that can be running through time, you can give people preferential rates if they commit to time. So if they commit to 6 months, 12 months, you can change the pricing model on that. But as I said previously, never discount on an ad hoc. Why would you? Just on a one-off piece of work, you definitely wouldn't discount. You might discount if they come in later on and they go for a bigger batch, a bigger run and everything else like that. So it's all about multiples, and you can discount in multiples, but never discount on one thing. And I find that particularly with people who are, say, coaches, you do tend to discount too much and you forget what your real worth is. You sort of sometimes have the mindset, oh, it's this price. And what you see as well in that whole world of coaching is you can see some people who are an astronomical price and other people who are too cheap. And you need to pitch somewhere where you're comfortable, but where you're comfortable with your value. And I've spoken about this before about price, is when you look in my 7 Steps program, we cover off price in particular. And if you're too cheap, you cheapen you and your brand and your product, and that's so important. If you're too expensive, then it does give you room to maneuver, but again, it's about the luxury end as well. If you're too expensive, sometimes people are reassured that you are that expensive, that it has a value. But never, ever, ever, ever discount on a one-off. Always look at preferential prices for other ones, and I never use the word discount, never. I will always say to somebody, let me look if I can put a package together that will suit your budget, and we start to go around that way. So I won't necessarily discount, I might just take 1 or 2 things off that again makes it a price that's happy for them, but I haven't discounted, I've moved something out of the proposal. And again, we can look at that. But the most important thing that I can look at is actually I try to add extra bundles on instead of giving a discount. And I find that really, really works for me, and I find it works for our business, is when we can add something on that actually isn't as costly to add on, and so it actually weighs itself out as well. And you can look at that in terms of, if you're selling a course, you could sell a bonus, or you could actually give a bonus in top of that. So when I do some of my courses, one of my courses could be $995, and instead of giving a discount to somebody, if they're having an early bird, I'll actually give them an additional piece of content, an additional module. I might give them a free video. I might even give them a half-an-hour webinar or access to a webinar. Again, it has value, so you add even more value to the price, so you're not discounting it down. And again, think about how you can do that as well. And particularly in this day and age, everybody is about information and education, and that's really important to everybody. So if you've got the ability to sell information and educate people at the same time, so you could sell them a video, you could give them a booklet, you could give them something that you've pre-prepared, so you have the added value instead of discounting. So it's like, no, I can't do anything on the price, but I tell you what I'll do for you, I'll actually add this in. How does that sound to you? And therefore you're giving somebody something additional, and therefore they then buy. So you've never discounted, you've given something that you've already put together as an additional piece in terms of that. And that does work well where you've got something to give, something to sell that actually isn't such a physical thing. So think about how you could do that. And it doesn't matter, even from a machinery perspective. If you're a machinery manufacturer, or you're selling something in the engineering world, or you're selling something into somebody, you could easily give them, instead of a discount, you could give them, I can give you a course on how you can make this machine more effective for your business, or how you could do X better for your business. So you could say, I've got this great video that we put together, it's 2 hours, you can use it with all your team, and it will show you how to enhance the machine, how to enhance your business using this machine. You've invested a lot of money in this machine, we're going to show you how to make even more money for your business outside of that. And they go, oh, that's really great. So think about it, there's lots of different ways, and I think probably that's where I come from when I'm coaching with people, is you can go and read all my materials, and it's all for free on my website. And I really encourage you to go and do that, because I want to give you as much information as possible. But the goal normally is when I start coaching with people and I just start doing those one-to-ones, I come up with those really quick ideas that help you to accelerate and move on. Really hope you have enjoyed this podcast today, and make sure you join me again next week.